KBRFradio.com News, I'm News Director Derek Sidian, and this is the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorial.com, memorials that matter. The identities of the parties involved in a head-on collision in Henning have been released. State troopers say that at around 1:46 Wednesday afternoon, an SUV driven by 38-year-old Danielle Kopp of Henning was heading west on Highway 210 in Inman Township, and a pickup was heading east when the SUV lost control and crossed into the eastbound lane, resulting in a collision. Kopp was transported to Astera Health for treatment of life-threatening injuries. Her 7-year-old passenger suffered minor injuries that were treated at the scene. The pickup driver, 57-year-old Michael True of Mankato, was not hurt. The state crash report says Kopp was not wearing her seatbelt, and alcohol is a suspected factor in the crash. The woman found dead in a house fire near Parker's Prairie this week has been identified. The Ottertail County Sheriff's Office says 77-year-old Paulette Vensky was found dead after law enforcement responded to a report of a house explosion northwest of Parker's Prairie Tuesday morning. Deputies say she was a resident of the home. A family dog is missing and presumed to have died in the incident. One Henning fireman was injured in the initial response to the scene. The sheriff's office says the fireman was treated and released from the hospital. While the investigation is ongoing, deputies do not suspect foul play. A Fergus Falls man was arrested over the weekend for threatening to shoot mail carriers for walking on his lawn. Prosecutors say that 48-year-old Ricky Stevens sent multiple messages to the Fergus Falls post office on August 8th complaining about mail carriers walking on his grass. In one of the messages, Stevens said that trespassers will be shot on sight, no questions asked. In a later message, he said that trespassers will not be shot, but to tell the mail carriers that they will be to keep them from going on the grass. The threat caused the postmaster to suspend mail delivery to Stevens' address out of concern that he may harm one of the mail carriers. When an officer made contact with Stevens, he admitted to sending the messages. When he was informed that his statements were a threat of violence, Stevens said he was referencing a squirt gun. Stevens was taken into custody on Saturday and made his first court appearance on Monday morning. He has been charged with felony threats of violence. The city of Fergus Falls has clarified recent rumors regarding the future of the downtown liquor store. The downtown liquor store is not closing, and there are currently no plans to make changes to its staffing or operations. As part of the city's annual budgeting process, the tax levy committee and staff discuss whether changes to any operations may be appropriate based on community needs, financial performance, and other relevant factors. This annual review is a normal part of the city's budgeting process and does not mean that a change has been decided or is being planned. City Administrator Andrew Bremseth said, quote, "We understand how rumors can create concern and confusion, and we want to be clear that the downtown liquor store is not closing. The store remains profitable and there are no changes planned to its staffing or operations. As we do with all city operations, we will continue to evaluate the liquor store as part of our annual budgeting process in the years ahead." End quote. The city also emphasized that any significant future changes to the downtown liquor store would be communicated to employees, customers, and the community in advance. The results from Tuesday's primary are in, and with them, ballots are now set for November's general election. In Ottertail County, there was a nonpartisan primary to slim down the candidate list for 2 county commissioner races. In the District 2 race, incumbent Wayne D. Johnson and Jeff Gonterick received the most votes, ousting Kyle Lemon from November's election. In the District 4 race, Jim Stewart and Stephen Springer received enough votes to knock incumbent and current Board of Commissioners Chair Bob Lawman out of the race. In the State Representative 9B race, incumbent Tom Murphy beat Craig Horlocker for the Republican candidacy by receiving over 88% of the votes. In November, Murphy will take on DFL candidate Owen Werner, who was unopposed in the primary. For the first time in its history, the Humane Society of Ottertail County has been recognized by Best Friends Animal Society as a 2025 no-kill shelter. The recognition means that the Humane Society saved 90% or more of the pets who came to it in 2025. Executive Director Chris Cannon said in a social media post that this is the result of a lot of hard work by staff, volunteers, board members, and the generosity of the community. Quote, "This is a tough industry to work in that has high levels of burnout because of the emotional fatigue and massive exposure to animal and secondary trauma. I can't thank all of you enough for helping us in our mission. It brings tears to my eyes thinking of everything that led up to this." End quote. Cannon says the Humane Society will continue to do everything it can for the people and pets of Otter Tail County. Adult Community Theater has returned to a Center for the Arts after a 7-year hiatus. Local performers are putting on Little Women the Musical tonight and tomorrow afternoon. Based on Louisa May Alcott's classic novel, Little Women focuses on the 4 March sisters, traditional Meg, wild aspiring writer Jo, timid Beth, and romantic Amy, and their beloved Marmee at home in Concord, Massachusetts, while their father is away serving as a Union Army chaplain during the Civil War. Executive Director Michael Ranch says a Center for the Arts is excited to bring back adult community theater performances.
And everyone that I've spoken with is excited about it as well. So I hope that everyone will show up to see their friends and colleagues on stage and support their work.
The last adult community theater production put on by a Center for the Arts was Oliver in the summer of 2019. The show will begin at 7:30 tonight and at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Tickets are available online or at the Center for the Arts box office. For KBLRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in at 5 o'clock every Friday afternoon on KBLRFradio.com or the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Find more stories on KBLRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.